You want to actually start? It's fucking 10 o'clock.
Might as well.
Is
And now I'm just
Father's
regretting
Day?
the fact that we don't have you, like, me somehow managing to make you, like, nearly suffocate through laughter on, like, audio again.
Yeah, you kind of just missed it. I coughed a bunch. I was about to die again.
It's like the last time that happened was with the magic markers.
Stop. just get Craig in here, okay? Oh, he's already in here.
Craig is in here.
Oh, I didn't even hear his soft voice going, now recording.
Well, that's because he's muted.
Of course you would mute my sweetheart.
Speaking of sweethearts, nope.
Nope, that's a tohu. Looks like a small child.
Yeah.
Speaking of whatever you said earlier, is that a waifu? Nope, that's from Berserk.
That's probably not the best idea. We're continuing on with the Angst Fest, so that is time to fix the mistakes. Who's this one? God damn it, you already clicked.
It's mine now.
Roxy is best girl, and in some universes, best boy.
What? Is that a spoiler? Did you not read
the prologues yet?
You mean the act? That's not a prologue.
What? Epilogues. Did you not read the epilogues yet?
I've been busy working, okay?
Okay.
But spoilers.
Yeah, slight spoilers for a thing that's been around for a few months now.
Well, I'm sorry if I...
That's better than the time that Tom decided to spoil an anime that was currently going on, that was currently airing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'd love to make a joke, but it would fly over your head because you have no idea who I'd be talking about, because there's somebody in my other people I do stuff with that literally spoils everything.
Hey, I typically at least wait. Like, I'll give it a few months first before I say anything. That's the general rule, is like, you give it some time, and then you mention it.
And then some people still get mad. But we don't talk about those kind of people.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure there are people nowadays that would still be upset if you spoiled something about Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that the first book came out in the late 90s.
And the movies are all done and finished, too.
Yes.
If you haven't read or watched it by now, that's your problem.
Yes, it is entirely your fault.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Sorry, but you're poor and can't afford a movie.
It is time to fix the mistakes. We're on Chapter 3, October 11th, 1977.
Harry Potter walks through the wards of Dumbledore Manor. Oh god, is he about to kill Dumbledore?
Again? Wait.
Without a single props. The old man was brilliant, true, but he was arrogant. He used powerful, obscure words to protect his house, but they had little offensive power behind them. They relied upon confounding properties and repelling wards and security cams and other lighter methods of securing a property. They could also be bypassed rather than needing to be destroyed. Then they're just bad wards, what?
I swear to God, this fucking bot.
What bot? What's happening now?
You know what bot.
Oh, I'm not on my computer, I'm on my phone right now. So no, I was tabbed out.
Oh.
I really want to get Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth, but I don't think it's in English.
As it was, Harry had learned how to create and subvert them from books Albus Dumbledore's own portrait had suggested to Harry in the years after the war.
War. The Dumbledore Manor was rather small, but sprawling home. It was but a single story, but it was spread out in odd ways. It was unclear how the old building still stood. Magic. Perhaps? It swayed a bit in the light wind. Harry was not very excited about walking inside. It looked as crazy as Dumbledore acted in many public occasions.
Okay, bot, the last thing I wanted was a nun.
You don't think nuns are hot?
No.
Yeah.
Nor did I want one of the characters from Nichijou.
How about... Surprise, it's a husbando. The hell's Umbrella Academy?
Oh, it's currently a thing that's on Netflix, based on one of the DC comics.
Oh, I thought it would have been like, related to like the girls from Skullgirl. You know what I'm talking about? Like Parasol, Applesauce.
I don't know.
Do you not know a lot about Skeel Girls?
Not much. I know that there's the one that's based on the Fudakuchiona, but other than that, not much. As well as
Oh,
the nun that has an eldritch horror inside of her.
double.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. There's a character that literally uses an umbrella as a weapon.
Hmm.
And she has a younger sister who like constantly wears a raincoat and is super adorable.
Oh, then.
Yep.
Wait, why did it get on? Oh, okay. There we go.
To get a boneless person?
Do not bring up that meme.
What, you don't want a boneless person?
Not usually. Those are all squishy and floppy and not much use at all.
That's why they're dead and you use them for food. The bones are... It's like eating a chicken nugget, man.
No, it's more just like eating a boneless pig, and I'm not a big fan of pig. He did
Not
eventually
even
walk in.
bacon?
Meh.
Oh.
Bacon's overhyped. He was the
Nah.
only being inside, as Dumbledore had long ago freed their elves. The Dumbledores had long ago freed their elves. He walked, disillusioned, from room to room, examining everything and casting silent detection spells.
Inside what appeared to be a small office, Harry found something of interest. A pensive. It was, in fact, the identical pensive that Harry had viewed Death Eater trials in his 4th year at Hogwarts and memories about Tom Riddle in his 6th. Why had Dumbledore moved it to his office at the school later years? Just for Harry's benefit?
I don't fucking care. You watch the swirl of memories inside the stone basin. I mean, he can do whatever the fuck he wants with his pensive. He owns it.
He's fucking Dumbledore. He does what he wants.
If he wants to put it in his office during a time in which tensions have started getting higher, and so it'd probably be good for him to start, like, looking into these things again, so be it.
Yeah, and if he wants to fuck a dude, so be it.
Exactly. So long as the dude consents. He was rather resistant to the idea of leaving
Dumbledore.
What?
Who wouldn't consent to Dumbledore, though?
That is a good point. He was rather resistant to the idea of leaving himself defenseless while viewing a number of memories, or allowing a projective viewing of the pensive to trigger any sound-based wards Dumbledore might have established in his manner.
What if there was, like, just fake war? Dumbledore actually really didn't care if his house was, like, destroyed or gone through.
Everything there's actually a fake duplicate. The entire house is a decoy.
There's just a note on the back of the door that says, "Ha, got him."
Get out of there, Agent Potter. It's a trap.
He settled on the difficult but not impossible step of copying the whole body of memories and storing the duplicate in a conjured glass jar he could take with him. What?
Okay.
That makes no sense to me, but okay.
I mean, the pensive is full of liquid memories, so...
But, like, copying it?
I mean, I guess there's bound to be some sort of magic that can duplicate it. It's not considered food, so you can technically create it without any issue.
Oh, you're not allowed to create food with magic or something?
Yeah, one of the things that magic can't do is create food, which is one of the things of, like, why house elves are considered, like, to be possessors of such powerful magic, because if memory serves, they can bypass that rule.
Wow.
And no one knows how. Because house elves are OP.
I can just picture some baby house elf like, "I'm hungry," just like a magic cookie appears in his hand. There's like some old wizard next to him, like, "God damn it."
Oh, fuck yeah. Sounds awesome.
Teach me how to do it.
No.
Oof.
3 hours later, Harry walked out of Dumbledore Manor with the duplicated memories and a strong case of magical exhaustion. So mental exhaustion? That kind of work required intense concentration and a massive amount of magical output.
He needed a beer.
I don't think the books ever really went into magic fatigue.
Yeah, is there such a thing?
I think it would mostly just be a psychological strain.
Well, how does magic work in there? Is it just mind stuff?
Mostly, yeah.
So, like, what, you just get a headache?
Maybe. Or just like it's when you're psychologically exhausted. Like you've had a long day, but you haven't really done much, so your body's alright, but your mind is just like, ugh.
It's time to sleep.
Basically, yeah. I don't know how this shit works. I don't live in this world. Do I look like a Harry Potter character to you?
Harry Potter X Homestuck.
I mean, there's already Aridin.
Yes, but I'm looking it up now and you can't stop me. Oh my gosh, it's just a picture of Dave in a Harry Potter outfit. Nice. Anyways, where we it would be some time, days at least, before Harry would be back to his usual self. Perfect excuse to take a nap and then hold up while viewing the memories.
Oh fuck, I'm trying to remember the name of Aaron's ancestor, because if you look into their backstory, it's literally like the whole prophecy thing from Harry Potter.
Oh, the weird guy with like a cigarette that's not even lit in his mouth?
Yes, the greaser guy with the double lightning bolt scar on his forehead.
Oh, god damn it.
Cronus. Like, if you
Cronus,
actually
eh?
read his backstory that, like, Aridia talks about, it's literally like the backstory of, like, Harry and Harry Potter, of, like, this powerful this wizard who was from birth supposed to do this great thing and take down this massive evil. Only he never did. And he just became some creepy greaser dude, who was originally a creepy wizard dude, who didn't understand that people don't want to date him.
Oh my fucking gosh, that's so stupid.
It is, but it is hilarious.
I actually don't like the Dance Sisters that much.
Oh yeah, most of them are like terrible people, except for one. Or like,
Which would be...
or one or two, I guess. Mina's alright. But that's because Mina just doesn't give a shit. But then there's also, fucking Kanaya's ancestor.
What about Terezi's ancestor?
Terezi, fuck. Okay, I can't remember her name. I can't remember the ancestors' names for some reason, but...
Exactly.
But her whole thing is that she was, like, doing this over-the-top, like, persona that was just really grating. And if you look into it, it's actually just all a front that she puts up.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look it up. Kanaya's ancestor, because the whole thing with Kanaya's ancestor is that she actually helped out Kanaya with the whole rainbow drinker thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's
also a mom for
Poor Mariam.
Cancri Dickwad.
Yeah, she's both the mom to Cankry as well as basic. Like, she's the team mom, but she's also team slut, which is absolutely amazing. Like, taking care of everyone. And also taking care of themselves.
Yeah.
Like, at one point, she said that her bedroom... She jokingly said that her bedroom has a revolving door.
God damn. That's stupid.
It is, but it's also amazing.
Yeah.
Like, it's hinted that she's apparently, like, boned the majority of the other ancestors.
Ugh. I wonder if she ever boned Cancri.
I don't think she ever did the deal with Cankry. That's mostly because just angrily obsessed with... Fuck, I just had it pulled up and I can't remember her name. Terezi's ancestor.
I see. Wow,
That's also the whole reason why he's a dick to Matuna.
Because he's jealous?
Yeah. No, Latula Pyrope, yeah. Yeah, he's basically, like, obsessed with Latula, and so acts like a dick to Matuna.
You should just... Cancri just shouldn't exist.
I mean, Hankery's just an asshole who uses the context of, like, social justice as a way to insult people.
Yeah, which is why he sucks.
Exactly. And if you manage to get Dave to talk to him, Dave shuts him up.
I remember that conversation.
The hashtags of that one are my favorite part because one of them is circumlocutionism, which is the act of using roundabout language and big words in order to hide the point of what you're saying. And so Dave fucking called him out.
Oh yeah.
Like, you're just pretending to have a point here. Because Dave is an amazing character.
Dave is like wild the first time you meet him because, like, god damn that dude.
How big's the meteorite, sir? Size of Rhode Island. Holy shit! Big's the meteorite, sir. Size of Texas. Holy shit! Big's the meteorite, sir. It's the size of Jupiter. Holy shit! Is it actually the planet Jupiter? Yes, sir. We are under siege from the planet fucking Jupiter. Anyway, November 6th, 1977.
7 years
They wait
ago.
for he who would drop it while it's hot whilst the pimp's in the crib.
Harry hadn't realized decades worth of memories he had copied.
You're sounding a bit distant there.
That's a shame.
Like, it's like you're speaking through a pillow.
I mean, I am wrong.
Also, that is a cursed poster.
Mm-hmm. Harry hadn't realized how many decades worth of memories he had copied. Dumbledore hadn't stored every breakfast and bowel movement inside his pensive. It just seemed
sure hope not.
But on further reflection, the old wizard had captured memories of anything he considered worthy of further study. It was still a massive amount of information to shift through.
Did not, however, contain anything from his younger years, his association with Gerald Grindelwald, or any moment of his life, any moment of the life of his sister Ariana.
Harry had made it through perhaps hundreds of hours of memories by this point. There left only 500 or 600 hours left. Oh my gosh. Can we get the post-it note version or whatever? Judging by the remaining mass of the memory shards.
Can we get the Cliff Notes version of Dumbledore's life?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Harry had selected another memory and stuck his head into the pensive.
I can just picture Harry finding the one where he's like boning what's-his-face from the other series. Movies. Grindelwald, right?
Damn it.
What?
Okay, so apparently now I'm going to have to update Clownfish again. Right.
Uh-oh. What happened to your fish?
The voice changer is now out of date. Has a new version out. As it always has a new version out.
Like, update it then, Scoob.
Alright, now.
It won't take that long. Like, what, 3 seconds? It's only a voice changer, man.
Just read your line.
Read my line. I already lost where I put my line. A young-looking Alistair Moody walked over to Dumbledore in a courtroom. Dumbledore flicked his wand in and bent his head over to the Aurora dabbing.
Is it done, Alistair?
It is, but I don't like it, Dumbledore. It's a dirty business.
Crouch is the best man to prosecute the war, Alistair. Disqualifying the incumbent and the other opposition was necessary in this case.
I say you're the best one to prosecute the war. Bring the order into the public sphere. Take over the Aurora branch. Hit them hard.
Not a politician or a policeman, my friend. The kind of things the order can do are best planned with public scrutiny. You know that. Inside the ministry, Crouch will do what needs to be done.
It's dirty tricks planting evidence on.
And I say, thank you. Obliviate.
What spell is that again?
That was the memory wiping one.
Did Dumbledore just erase everybody's memories?
Dumbledore just apparently erased part of Alistair Moody's memory.
Why?
Probably to keep stuff secret. Or
Moody
to end
shifted
the conversation.
conversations. Obliviate. I messed up on my flirting with this random Obliviate.
Why were you flirting with a Muppet?
Muggle.
Muggle, okay.
You know, like
again,
somebody.
it sounds like you're talking through a pillow again.
How about now?
It still sounds like has something in the way.
How about at this angle?
How far away is your phone?
Right now, it's literally in my mouth.
Don't put it in your mouth.
Well, no, it's too big to fit in my mouth.
Okay, that one actually sounded sensible.
Hey, no.
Waiting for your line.
Moody shifted a bit, but didn't seem too overwhelmed by the erasure of his memory.
I say, Alistair, that we need to get Diggle or Podmore together with a few of the new Order members to ensure they really understand what we're up against.
How about I duel each of them, give them a good hiding?
That could work well, my friend. That could work.
The memory ended and Harry came out. He was angry at himself, angry at Dumbledore, angry at Moody.
Sounds like he's a bit moody. Dumbledore, contrary to what Harry had claimed, had used some of his vaunted powers in the war effort, but only to condemn it to failure and severe loss of life. And he'd used a friend of his as his lowly thief in the night, and rewarded Moody with the loss of his memory.
Are there any spells that can counter stuff like Obliviate?
I mean, you'd probably have to have something like acting on you currently in order to counter it.
Like
or
a
just
charm?
do something that's meant to counter magic in general. Or like before he ends up using Obliviate on you, right when he starts to get it out, use the disarming spell on him, being as he started to say Obliviate.
Thank you, disarm! Do you have to say the disarming spell to use it?
Well, if you're a good enough wizard, you can do stuff just without saying it. Basically, just saying it in your head in order to do it. The saying it out loud thing is more of a way to channel, to more effectively channel the magic. But it
So it'd be
also
like the difference between knocking it out of his hand and knocking it to like the floor, barely moving it.
Basically, it's a whole thing of it's easier if you say it out loud.
All right.
However, that also causes the issue of whoever you're using this. If you are in some sort of duel, whoever you're using the spell on, then we'll know what spell you're using, and depending on distance, reaction times, that sort of thing, could easily have a way to circumvent it. Instead of you just casting a spell at them silently and them not knowing what spell's coming, with their only indication being whatever color light it is.
You have to guess the spell based off the color. That's a blue one coming at me. That could be oh shit. Just boom. Anyways. Why hadn't Harry seen any of this? Why hadn't anyone in the present timeline ever suspected?
Because the writer made it up.
The man was cool and calm and vicious when need be. Why had Harry forgiven? You didn't. The man used Obliviate more often than the breath-freshening charm.
How often do people use breath-freshening charms?
Had he tried memory tricks on Harry too? Had Harry not forgotten the old man? Had he lessened Harry's anger somehow after he died? After he'd met with Harry in that mental projection at King Cross Station?
Why is the writer like this? It's not anything interesting. Harry didn't know what to think, other than to continue viewing the memories and documenting them for whatever sort of article or book he'd end up using to discredit Dumbledore.
He's writing a book to discredit him?
Apparently. think he said something about using propaganda to discredit Dumbledore at some point. I don't remember. I kind of just tuned this fucking story out because it is miserable.
Wait.
When the thing from Edward's perspective is more enjoyable than you are doing something wrong.
So you're telling me, reading a fan fiction trying to discredit Harry Potter, in which
Trying to
Harry Potter
discredit
tries to
Dumbledore.
discredit someone else?
Writing a story and reading a Harry Potter fan fiction in which someone came up with a crazy Harry Potter conspiracy of, oh, here's what was actually going on in the background, is less interesting than reading the first Twilight book from the point of view of an immortal neckbeard.
Oh my god. Why are we reading this? This is terrible.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing, is like, wow, I really look forward to the Twilight thing.
That's not something that I should be saying. I don't want to even think that, but yeah.
Like, even if it was the regular Twilight series, that would make more sense than looking forward to the story from Edward's perspective, because at least Bella's so much of a blank slate that, much like people who watch Sword Art Online, you could just project yourself over the main character.
We already kind of did that with Bella anyways, except we turned her into an owl.
Yes, we did, but that owl isn't us.
Yeah. Well, of course not. I have a penor. And vampires don't really like me either. Probably because my blood probably tastes like, I don't know.
What are you, anemic?
No.
I mean,
I'm just
unless
not
you
healthy.
have some sort of bloodborne disease, they'd probably be alright with the taste of you.
Sorry, I was about to say something, but then I almost...
Okay.
You know, like normal, whenever I read something that makes...
Are you about to vomit again?
Yeah. I was trying to make a clever joke about maybe my blood type or something. Anyway.
We all know that the tastiest blood type is O. Give me that fucking universal blood.
I still can't think of anything clever to say. Damn it. Restart the episode. We're going all back to the beginning, okay?
We're starting it over. Oh, fuck. Let me scroll up past all these pictures of anime with it.
Yep, okay, so let's see. We started at, let's see.
We started at 10:11. It is 10:39. It has been 28 minutes.
Yes, we need to start the entire thing over right now.
Just read your line.
Dear Billings, or no?
It would be many months.
It would be many months before he finished feeling all of it. Many months of pain.
December 24th, 1977.
Why would Dumbledore leave all of his memories intact that he incriminated? Never mind. Harry played Father Christmas.
Well, for one, it was in his house. Though
Yeah.
you'd expect that he probably has some sort of magic safe or something, being as wizards need everything to be magically done.
But apparently all of his spells are stupid. How convenient for our main protagonist, Harry the Discriminator Potter. Harry played Father Christmas to every hidden family under his protection. He didn't literally visit each hidden cottage, but he did send out his 2 house elves, acquired in Denmark to minimize the questions he might be asked in Britain, with special gift and baskets of holiday foods. Just use mail.
He included in each basket a letter updating the families on the war.
Dear Billings family.
Enjoy the holiday. Enjoy the holiday cheer these gifts and food can bring. Fortunately, the war continues, and it is not safe for you or your family to reappear in public. Many of us are working very hard to ensure the world will soon be safe for all families, all parents, and all children.
Wait, what war?
The Magic War.
That's still going on?
Yeah, it's been going on for a while.
But like, this
It's
is the magic
what
war a
this
real
whole
thing?
plot is about.
Yeah, but like, wait,
You okay
what?
there?
No, I'm not.
Okay
Has this
there,
been a story about war?
Yes, the war between the Death Eaters and the rest of the wizarding world in England.
But it's been about time travel and going back in time.
Yes, but it's also been about him trying to end the magic war.
Did they make the magic war up, or
No, it's just been the Death Eaters going around being dicks and killing anyone that they don't consider to be worthy of existence because they are a direct metaphor for Nazis.
okay? But like, was the hidden families thing something that actually happened in Harry Potter?
No, it's something added here because it's Harry just kidnapping a whole bunch of people that in the original timeline would have died and hiding them.
God, this is stupid.
You're just not realizing this.
I haven't been paying attention to this either. I hate this, okay? Reading this is not fun, especially when it's late and I'm tired and I just don't want to read bullshit at like 10 o'clock at night. Okay, let's see. There's an envelope at the bottom of this basket containing newspaper clippings over the last year. Do not worry about all the non-added vanities mentioned as victims of raid. All of them are under protection right now, similar to yours.
Please let the house elf know if there's anything you need or want in the coming days and weeks. We all remain hopeful that this will be the last Christmas you and yours need to spend in protection. For now, that is all we can say.
Stay safe.
Chili dogs!
Chili dogs! That's no good.
God damn it, now all I can think about is the real-time dubs. Hot topic!
Have you watched the Sonic 06 one yet?
I've watched both of them.
They also did the Amazing Spider-Man, if I recall.
I started watching that one.
Is it any good?
I mean, there's a joke in there at one point about Dr. Octavius actually being like some deluded man-child. It's like, how many times? Like, so when like the senior researchers or whatever, or like program managers or whatever come in, it's like, how many times did we tell you to stay out of the robotics? But Mom! Like, honestly, I'm pretty sure, like, I haven't watched all the stuff they've done, but most of the real-time dubs are just absolutely hilarious.
Oh, the Sly Cooper one is pretty funny, too.
I haven't watched the Sly Cooper one. God damn.
Oh my gosh, there's a stupid joke that's, like, right on the tip of my tongue that I can't remember, but, like, every time the character, like, zooms in, you have to, like, do, like, no, like, there's a lot of cutscenes, safes and stuff that's, like, really generic and the same thing, and every single one, I think they, like, have, like, a joke they have to say for it, and it just goes down.
That's right, Earth. This is what you get. My super laser piss! But I'm not going to piss on the Earth. I'm aiming higher. That's right, I'm pissing on the moon! How do you like that, Obama?
I forgot about, like, that must have been made a while ago. Obama joke.
There's an animatic out, and there's a vocoded version of it.
What's vocode?
That basically, it's like, best way I could put it is that, like, they auto-tuned the entire, like, piece of audio.
Like to Vocaloid it?
Not Vocaloid, vocode. Anyway, you sound like you're talking through a pillow again.
You
Harry
sound like you're talking through a pillow.
Harry felt the mounting pressure to find the last Horcrux, to find it, and then destroy them all. But he didn't know how to get inside the Department of Mysteries and its Chamber of Unraveling.
Without that knowledge, walking into the mystery of magic was akin to suicide.
April 10th, 1978.
Harry Potter had a bit of lull in the official timeline between the raids. Hold on, sorry, I lost my place somehow in 3 seconds. That was actually really impressive.
Mid-sentence.
What?
Mid-sentence.
Yeah, official timeline between the raids he needed to prevent and a few other duties he needed to attend to. He was taking the opportunity to visit the United States for a few days to set up some provisions there. A safe house leased to the Andrew Thatcher bank accounts under 3 different names and a series of safe deposits filled with bullion in New York and Maryland.
Why Maryland? He had to be very careful of the things he'd done so far. The end of the Death Eaters was, but the end of the Death Eaters was approaching, and Harry wanted to have a further safe haven set up in case he were ever discovered by the Muggles or the Magicals.
Constant vigilance, not just petty words.
Harry enjoyed the sights. He spent the day walking through Manhattan, watching people, and browsing in the stores. He only got called a putz 5 times. It was a good day.
A putt?
Putz.
What's that?
Jewish slang.
Harry Potter's Jewish?
No, he's in Manhattan, and like the whole joke you hear about New York City is that if you're a resident in New York, you're 1, honorarily Italian, and 2, honorarily Jewish. And so, like, regardless of whether or not you are any of those, there's a good chance that, like, if you're like people from New York City, you're going to end up using slang from either group. Hell, like one of the things is like schlep, which is basically like akin to like like the phrase like dragging yourself. Like, yeah, I schlepped over to this place. And then there's also schmear, which is basically just like a spread of something, typically on a bagel.
You mean smear?
No, schmear.
That literally means the same thing as smear.
It's specifically schmear, though.
That's stupid.
Yeah, you just smear some cream cheese on a fucking bagel.
Are you sure that's accent?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably partially the accent, but at that point, it's so far ingrained that it's an SH instead of just an S.
Dumb.
Constant vigilance.
Constant
vigilance. No, wait, you said that one. I said the Manhattan thing. Oh yeah, it was so far removed from his world, so insignificant. People scurried about in their jobs and their lives, doing nothing. Harry enjoyed the temporary sense of freedom.
He ate a hot dog. Amazing.
Nice.
The vendor, right? Yeah. Vendor cart for lunch and had a 3-course French meal for dinner.
I'm sorry, you go to New York and you eat a French meal? The fuck are you doing?
No wonder he rather preferred a hot dog.
I get that you're from fucking England, and so your taste buds are basically dead. But you're in fucking New York City. You don't fucking go to a French restaurant. You go fucking Italian. Either that, you drag your ass to fucking Chinatown. Go eat something there. You don't fucking go there for a French course.
I wonder. Harry's stupid.
I don't know why. It just kind of bugged me.
Well, yeah, it's just... That's like... I can't even describe the level of incorrect that is. Like,
yeah, you know, I went down to Mexican, had a few burgers. Mexico had a few burgers. Wait, what?
like it's almost like the kid who goes to like a Mexican restaurant and he orders like chicken nuggets off the menu.
Oh my god, that pisses me off so much.
He's pretty much just that kid.
I'm sorry. You come in my house, you look at my Mexican food, and you order fucking chicken nuggets? Like, that makes me irrationally angry. Or, like, you go to a fucking, like, I don't know, like a fucking, like, Italian joint, and they order a fucking burger. It's like, I'm sorry. Did we go to a German restaurant? Or we at a fast food chain? No. Why did you order the hamburger? Next. Fucking Irish restaurant, and you're gonna order fucking Indian food?
That's pretty much what Harry Potter's doing here. I have the freedom to do whatever I want. Orders French food in New York City.
Ah.
Okay, Harry Potter. Might be nice, but sometimes there's things you just don't do.
Like, check out the fucking Italian place. Fucking limey bastard. We're still on your line.
What?
The last sentence of your line.
I said it.
He rather preferred the hot dog?
Yes, I said that.
Like, at least getting one of those makes sense when you're in fucking New York.
Yeah. Just go to, like,
if you're not gonna go to any restaurant that's, like, particular cultural theme, you might as well just, I don't know, fucking go to the Planet Hollywood or some shit.
Or if you prefer food stalls, go to, like, one of those genuine stalls from people who actually moved to their from that country to America.
Like, find one of the fucking kebab stands or some shit.
It's actually really depressing is that I've actually been to New York before, and I went to one of those food stands. This guy was from Egypt. He had an engineering degree, but nobody would hire him, so he had to run a food stand.
Oh, that's kind of sad.
Yeah, it was very sad, because he's like some super dude who would rather work in a food stand than be an engineer in Egypt.
Well, I mean, if you'd rather work at the food stand.
Well, it pays more.
Honestly, that's kind of amazing.
The opportunity was pretty much better in America. That's how we describe it.
I was just thinking, I was like, I mean, I could have been an engineer, but this food stand pays so much more.
And it's just there's a lot of war in Egypt or something going on. I was talking.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to remember if Planet Hollywood was actually a thing in the late 70s now. Anyway. You like spending time in Washington, D.C. even more. You walked the mall, visited several of the Smithsonian museums, and walked among the dead in Arlington. Is there a fucking uprising, mate? Or are you just walking between the graves? You need to be very specific when you use the phrase walked among the dead.
Whenever I think of Texas.
You cut out there for me.
Whenever I think of the word Arlington, I think of Texas.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
So I thought he'd teleport to Texas for a bit there, and I was a little confused.
Everyone was pretending to be nice, but they were all secretly assholes. Judging me hardcore behind my back and wouldn't shut up about how great Texas is.
But it is. It's 10 out of 10 best state in a...
Only if you're Texan. Everyone else is just kind of boring.
Yeah.
People are weirdly judgmental about how you spend your life. You also spent a lot of time learning how to blend in as an American, should the need ever arise. Unfortunately, his American accent was about as good as Benedict Cumberbatch's.
Shade it.
And that if you weren't really paying attention, it could pass, but did it really fool other Americans?
An exercise. It's like a vacation.
It's like a vacation for a person who was almost like a human. Where did the fucking Edward line come from? What the hell?
The stories
Edward
are together. They're combining.
Oh, God. Harry had the most fun eating his way through America. I mean, that is kind of the only thing really to do in America is eat.
Grand Canyon.
Eat the Grand Canyon.
Eat the Grand Canyon. Fill it with milk and cereal.
And elk. Just thinking about one of the times I went there, and there was like a mother elk on the other, like in this one patch of grass next to one of the gift shops, and it had her baby with her, and people kept trying to get the elk's attention.
You don't want its attention when the baby's there. It's gonna kick your ass.
Exactly. An elk could already kick your ass. You don't want to do it when there's a baby there.
At least it's not.
At least it's not a moose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to piss off Jared Padalecki either.
No, I mean, like, actual moose are apparently...
Oh yeah, they're fucking massive.
That too. How big? No, I'm pretty sure elks are small.
Well, yes, elks are very much smaller. There was some decent pizza to be found. Oh yeah, all kinds. I mean, there's fucking Chicago-style deep dish. There's New York-style thin crust, in which you basically just like fold that bitch up like a quesadilla and eat it. Like there's
really shitty pizza you get from, I don't know, CC's.
Oh yeah, CC's definitely. At the time, Domino's was bad. Domino's has actually gotten a lot better in recent years. But part of that is now that their flavor is now like they've actually just started working on like ingredients that go into the crust, and so like all their crust is now garlic bread. Like people still make jokes about Domino's. It's like, how long has it been since you've been Domino's? Because I'm pretty sure it's been since before they changed things.
People just aren't willing to keep
trying. Oh yeah. Yeah, pizzas are fucking great. Oh god, now I just want a calzone. It's been so long since I've just, like, brute forced my way through an entire calzone by myself.
I swear, I had a calzone. Calzones are fucking great.
Oh yeah, it's basically a folded-in-half pizza.
I went to this bar, and, like, you know how people usually go to bars for drinking and stuff?
Oh, yes.
Nah, the food at this bar was actually really good, and I ordered a calzone that I think had pepperoni and bacon in it. It was just fucking amazing. That's right, I put fucking bacon in my calzone.
I'm pretty sure that if I mention like my favorite stuff to put on pizza, people will get upset.
Is it pineapple?
My top three, my go-to 3 toppings are chicken, pineapple, and Italian sausage.
Well, we can tell which one of us is vanilla. Spoilers, it's me.
Oh yeah, and depending on the place, like I'll try to get that with fettuccine sauce instead of the regular like pizza sauce.
Oh. Nice.
You know, yeah.
I think I've had spinach on pizza once.
Alfredo sauce. Fettuccine's the noodle. Fuck. I'm not Italian. Don't get upset at me about this. I'm not Italian. But no, with Alfredo sauce. That's right. Yeah. So basically, like a cheese sauce. Like that shit's good.
Cheese. I actually just get pepperoni. I like spicy pizza.
I'm alright with pepperoni, I just don't like how greasy it tends to be. Because I'm not a big fan of greasy food. It's the same reason I'm not a big fan of, like, Wendy's. Because...
Wendy's can get really greasy, can't it?
It is really greasy. Like, eating their hamburgers feels like I'm strangling a homeless man.
What? What was that comparison?
Feels like I'm strangling a homeless man?
Are homeless men greasy enough to, like, be... What?
Well, he hasn't bathed in a while.
But, oh my...
What a grease built up on the skin.
Holding a Wendy's burger in one hand and, like, suffocating a man with the other. I can't tell the difference.
Just, like, takes a bite of the burger. Yeah, this is basically the same. But, like, I have a similar issue with, like, Culver's burgers, which I will say I do prefer poultry to red meat anyway. So, like, if I'm going to a burger joint, I'm probably going to get a chicken sandwich.
No. Chicken sandwiches are pretty good. I ain't going to judge you for that. I like say that's wrong. Like, Chick-fil-A, they got a thing made.
Oh, yeah, they got a thing made. I don't agree with the people who run the place, but the people who run the company, but
Oh, do they do bad things?
it's one of those whole things of like being as there's like it's a very much like traditionally Christian establishment, so
They're
like
not
the
open on
higher up.
Sundays.
Well, yeah, they're closed on Sundays, which is usually the only day you're craving it. And on top of that, it's a whole thing of like the higher ups don't tend to have a high opinion of gay people.
Do they actually state that stuff? Or...
Memory serves, there was a controversy a while back of them saying some stuff.
Oh, I don't really keep up with controversies.
And so it's a whole thing of like, I fucking love Chick-fil-A. I'll eat it, but I'm not going to buy it. If someone else wants to buy it and give me some, I'll take some, but I'm not going to buy it.
I've only heard good things about Chick-fil-A. You're the only person I know, though, that actually has a genuine dislike for it. Everyone else is like, oh, their service is great. And like,
well, yeah, their service
company.
is great. Their food is amazing. I'm a little uncomfortable with the fact that basically one of the things that the workers are trained to do is whenever you say thank you, they have to say my pleasure.
Ooh, yeah, I even hate it when like people have to say, hi, welcome to whatever, whatever.
Yeah,
I hate that.
The whole thing of, well, it's specifically the my pleasure thing. Like, I'm perfectly good with, all right.
Hi, how are you?
Like, typically, if I do something that I'm expected to do and someone says thank you, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Because it's like, why are you thanking me? I did the bare minimum.
Because you at least did it? How about that?
So
some people just don't even do it right. Like, that's the thing.
So it's a whole thing of like, if I'm doing my job and you say thank you, I don't really feel like you need to say thank you because I did my job.
Some people are just bad at their jobs and they're just thanking you for doing it properly, man. Just take the compliment. People are happy with you.
It's one of those things, though. This is like, I don't feel the need to be congratulated.
Mm-hmm. I'd be perfectly fine if, like, nobody in the store.
It's like,
or, like, in, you know.
Like, I only really feel like thank you is necessary if someone went out of their way to do something.
Or if it's commission work.
Oh, yeah, that too. But in that case, you're typically thanking them with money.
Yeah.
He'd found some incredible southern barbecue in Washington.
I think that's actually my line still.
No, I hadn't finished mine.
Oh.
Yeah. We got sidetracked by food.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell I'm hungry?
I'm always hungry. I have the metabolism of fucking shrew. There was some decent pizza to be found in a couple interesting restaurants here and there. He'd found some incredible southern barbecue in Washington and wonderful Italian and Chinese in New York. Obviously. Still, that hot dog rated pretty highly. Obviously.
Yeah, never doubt the power of stand food. These guys are good.
Oh yeah, fucking stand food's amazing.
I don't even know.
Oh fuck, there's an actual name for what the cinnamon twist things.
Churro?
Churro! Fucking churro stands!
Sorry, this is gonna sound kind of racist, but for my job I go through areas, so I've been to a lot of like Hispanic stores and have churros all the time.
Yeah, but fucking churros are amazing.
Mm-hmm. Especially like, you know, when you get that authentic stuff.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why, but like
that's one of the whole things. Like, in my opinion, the greatest thing about America is simply the cultural diversity, because you get a lot of people from a lot of backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
And dear God, the food.
It's probably one of the most fusion-y places.
Oh yeah, like basic America has no culture of its own. It just takes cultures from other people,
which is fine because they mend.
It just takes like cultures from the people who immigrate there and like mixes it together, and so you get some great shit that happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's like people that talk about how great America is are typically not the kinds of people I think of whenever it's like the great things of America, because typically if a person's bragging about how great America is, good chances they're white and born in America. It's like, nah, I don't think, like, that's not what's great about America. What's great about America is like all the like fucking stuff that comes from everywhere.
Like Mr. Trayvon, who came all the way from Southeast Asia. Bring with him his family and his culture to his like community. So suddenly a couple people just see some extra new shit and they're just like, damn, I want to try that.
Yeah, it's the whole thing of like, whenever it becomes that mixing pot, that's when it's great.
Yeah. I've had some friends on my soccer team whose parents were the ones who immigrated over here. And every time I went over to their house, I got like true, authentic African food.
Oh.
Which is pretty cool, but like, they use some strong scented spices. Like, goddamn.
Oh, yeah, man. Like that shit. Whenever you get like authentic Indian food.
Yeah, finding a good place like that.
There isn't one locally, though. There's like one place, and the air is spicier than the food. It's like, I'm sorry. I expected some good curry, and this shit is bland.
No offense, but where, we
Or, like,
live and go
like,
to college isn't populated enough for that diversity.
Well, yeah, but like the place we go to college also has like 5 Thai restaurants that are family owned. And so you get like authentic Thai food. And then like nearby, there's also like a couple restaurants that are doing like family owned sushi joints. And so it's like like a whole bunch of like actual effort and shit put into there. It's like, fuck yeah.
Shit, we need to get sushi together sometime then. I didn't know.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna mainline eel. Because I fucking love eel.
I'd just be happy to get sushi. I just love sushi.
Oh yeah.
Especially spicy sushi.
Eel I tend to love. Like Chicago rolls tend to be good.
Yeah, Chicago rolls are good.
Those got like that cream cheese and shit like that. A few of the different spicy ones are good, but those kind of depend on the place you go. For instance, one place, Yellowgrass, has like the cowboy roll, which has like a couple spicy things, including I think there's jalapeno in it. Which I'm just gonna say that is the greatest merging of foods.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't think that
jalapeno in sushi is just like yes.
You were expecting guacamole or no, not
wasabi.
You were expecting wasabi, but it was me, jalapeno. Theo wanted like a sombrero.
God damn it. All right, it's your line.
It was good to have fun, and fun to have good food.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Harry lacked fun in his new life. Vengeance didn't usually allow for it.
What are you, Batman?
Vengeance! He's a 2006 superhero film.
I hate Harry Potter.
What are you here for? Vengeance!
Well, that's nice. I'm here because I ran over someone. Never drink and drive, kids.
I was referencing a line from the Daredevil movie.
And now it's just making some shit up on the fly.
Like just a scene where he pops up at a bar and like one of the people at the bar is like, so what are you here for? And he just goes, vengeance!
That's so dumb.
It is.
I really hope that guy just kind of looked at him like, okay.
I don't serve that. No, even better is if he pulled down like a whiskey or something from one of the shelves and it just was like vengeance whiskey. I got this. Vengeance didn't usually allow for it, but Harry made exceptions now and again.
Well, yeah, that's healthy. I don't like this. Too bad his return flight boarded in 9 hours. Slipping out of reality every now and again was good for his soul. That's why they invented VR.
Now I'm just, I was watching a Mini-Lad video and he was like talking to Aaron Hansen. He was talking about like how he's been talking to Aaron Hansen from Game Grumps recently. It's like, you're looking really good. You're looking really good recently. What have you been doing to exercise? I've just been playing Beat Saber in my free time. So apparently, if you want to get a good workout that's fun, play Beat Saber. It's approved by Aaron Hansen.
There was some stupid game for like the PS4. Those like stupid motion controllers they have.
Oh god.
That was literally just like fighting in an arena where you could have like a sword and shield. And I used to work up a sweat in there.
Oh, that was one of the VR ones, or one of the.
No, this was before VR.
Okay, never mind. Okay.
The stupid
That was
ball
back when they had
controllers.
the controllers with the ball at the end.
Yeah, it was a game
They
on
were like
that.
the knockoff Wiimo's.
Yes, it was a knockoff Wii thing. It was pretty much just like playing Wii Sports Resort on the with the fencing little bonk stick. It was literally just that.
Wow. Oh god.
But it was great. You could like hit people that would knock them out of the arena. They collide with things and break it. It was badass.
Yeah, I got you. I'm just thinking, because a new Oculus headset came out recently, and its whole thing is that it's built in like built-in sensors for like positioning and shit.
Oh,
So you
damn.
don't need to set up stuff. Like it's a wireless headset. Like the only stuff it comes with is like the headset, the controllers, and like the plug-in cable for like charging it.
Yeah.
So when you're using it, you just have it on your head. And you don't have to have it plugged into anything. You just have to have it like connected to your computer via Bluetooth or whatever.
That must be expensive.
It's $3.99, which isn't that bad.
No, not for VR.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like for VR, that's not that bad.
Oh yeah. Anyways, you read
Anyway, May 29th, 1978.
Harry was amazed by how little the timeline had changed. How convenient. The warfare had gone considerably worse for Voldemort this time around, but he was still recruiting heavily from Britain, France, and Eastern Europe. The key for Voldemort, like his campaign of terror, was working people died. Manor houses burned to the ground. The Dark Mart was seen several times a week. He was now at the height of his power and influence. It began to wane a bit after the prophecy had been made originally, as Voldemort had become erratic and unfocused because of his pursuit of the Potters and Longbottoms.
Tonight, Harry had made the final decision on how to acquire the final decision on how to acquire the final Horcrux when he was going to destroy Voldemort. He would give himself a few weeks to acquire the locket, destroy all the vile devices, and kill Voldemort on June 17th, 1978. The next time on Harry's timeline, the Voldemort was known to personally attend a raid.
That day also happened to be 4 days before his parents would graduate from Hogwarts. Harry thought it a fitting gift.
Really stupid.
Yeah.
He could no longer wait. Also, doesn't that mean that there's no longer a guarantee that he would be born if he's causing it to where... I mean, for all you know, this could cause it to where your parents bone at a different time, and so a different child is conceived.
Yeah, the timeline should be changing a lot right now.
Let's see. He could no longer wait to make sure he had dealt with the final Horcrux. Harry wanted to ensure some kind of peace in Britain, in the British wizarding world, before his parents graduated from Hogwarts. Harry, if needed, could track down the final Horcrux later and then deal with the Voldemort wraith that would inevitably make its way to Albania.
He was willing to compromise on his original plans if he needed to, in order to be sure the saw their son graduate from the idea had on his mind for some. What if this was the universe?
His only fear about giving his parents his gift of peace was that he was mucking around with the timeline too much, that his parents wouldn't marry on time, or wouldn't have Harry on July 31st, 1980, or that Harry would be someone else entirely. You mean that thing I just mentioned? Harry Potter had done anything, including technically killing himself, in order to ensure that one unborn child would grow up in a world of peace. There's no guarantee
everyone else in the world
go forward it's really going to change anything. For all we know, this would just create a timeline in which you exist, suddenly appearing out of nowhere.
Just picturing some weird kind of forward backwards timeline where, because Harry technically dies and didn't change himself and somebody else is born, the timeline technically saved. It's just, it goes
it creates
back a bit.
New timeline, and depending on how you operate under multiverse theory, He enters a new timeline in which he was never born, but he still exists. Because of the fact that he went forward in time, therefore he is there.
Yeah.
And so he just transplanted from one timeline to another.
Imagine having to start a life in a way where you don't exist. Like,
oh yeah,
do you just walk up to the government like, "Hi, I need a social security, please? Here's my ID."
If Moonlight's anything to go off, you could just steal a social security that ended up that was going to go to a child who died young, because the government apparently doesn't keep tabs on social security being used despite the person it belonged to being dead.
Maybe. I thought you meant they just donate that social security number.
I don't pretend to know how it works. Let's see. I did my line, so now it's your line.
He hoped?
Wait.
In Harry's mind, there was what was needed for Harry James Potter, infant extraordinaire, to grow up in the loving family.
So basically, you're only doing this because it's self-serving.
What a dick.
Not even because it helps people. He hoped all of this would work, and Harry would grow up the way a child should grow up. Normally. Really subjective there.
But first, Harry had to today, not on the day Voldemort died or the day he was. You need to make sure more changes right now for the better. Tonight was the night that three Wit twins would get themselves killed if Harry didn't help things along.
According to the timeline, they were to be a part of the response team to a Death Eater attack on the Bones Mansion in Kent. Sadly ironic part was that Edgar Bones had already fled the place with his wife, and the response team was unnecessary.
Harry apparated to the place. Word spelled slate.
Stale.
Word spelled stale and refreshed, as if no one had cast any magic nearby for some time. Harry thought it was obvious the place was temporarily abandoned. He risked to quiz John over to one of the inside large empty rooms had been taken, their belongings with them. Perfect.
Harry stepped back outside the wards and waited.
I wonder exactly how the order gets a message to come and assist, Harry muttered to himself. If it had been ward triggered, Harry's exploration stage should have was alone. It had to be something else.
Harry looked up as he heard apparition. Dark robes and masks. Death Eaters. But then Harry saw something he didn't expect. Patronus-based messaging spell. It was an application for the Patronus charm that Dumbledore himself had created. He certainly wouldn't have intended to teach it to the Death Eaters.
Had a traitor in the Order just called for victims?
Traitors made Harry think of that woman. You mean her, Ginny? Ginny? Ginny, not Ginny. What the hell? Ginny? And it made Harry seethe. There was nothing Harry hated more than betrayers. Especially when they were created by shitty writing.
Whoever the traitor
that's just me.
Whoever the traitor was would die tonight. Merlin and the code of Harry be damned.
God, that is such a stupid thing. Harry watched as the crew of 5 Death Eaters quickly set to destroying the Bones Mansion. They'd obviously come expecting more of a fight. It was a few minutes before it arrived, however.
Gideon and Faviet plus the Alistair movie Daedalus Diggle and Aberforth Dumbledore.
There we go, that's better.
Arrived just outside the wards. The Death Eaters pivoted and began a brutal assault. Moody, who still had his naturalized and appendages, was knocked unconscious with a dark bludgeoner. Diggle was hit with a flame cutter. A hastily up shield saved his life.
Harry moved, under his disillusionment spell, quietly near the Death Eaters. He didn't know which one had sent the Patronus charm, but he was going to find out.
Aberforth sent an oddly covered yellow spell at one of the Death Eaters. The recipient promptly fell over, shrieking in pain. Food one, Harry thought. He resolved to try and figure out what spell did that.
Then Harry did a little bit of magic. He had earned his dueling mastery when competing on the professional circuit after Hogwarts, in the Quidditch off-seasons when he played for Puddlemere. Wait, dueling circuit?
That seems like it would take more than just off-season time.
But he was most proud of the mastery he earned in spell design. His master's project was a non-verbal spell that bent magic in a specified direction. It was in place of shielding or dodging, of course. He worked on all spells, even the unforgivables, which were unblockable via direct magical shielding. Which still were unblockable via direct magical shielding.
Harry used his magic bending spells in slight ways to ensure that the Death Eater spell hit the other Death Eaters. The tallest cloaked man sent off a Cruciatus curse?
Cruciatus. It's the torturing curse.
Cruciatus curse, which Harry forced to miss one of the Pruitt twins. And then a cutting curse, which seemed to fly out of his wand at a weird angle. The cutting curse slashed off another Death Eater's wand hand. Ooh.
Battle turned from there. Two Death Eaters down, 3 remaining. 3 Order members remaining. Harry ensured nothing the Death Eaters cast hit the Order, while the Order had free reign on the Black Robed attackers.
You'd think they'd figure something off.
When the fact that their spells are all hitting each other?
Hmm?
You'd think that.
The battle ended without additional casualties. 5.
Aberforth unmasked the Death Eaters. Antonin Dolohov. He who had nearly bisected Hermione at the Department of Mysteries battle so many decades earlier in Harry's remembering, had lost his wand hand. Aberforth staunched the flow. Another was Lucius Malfoy. So the surprise member was Sturgis Podmore, a member of the Order of the Phoenix, the traitor.
One of the Pruitt twins was the first to react. How did that blasted Phoenix let Sturgis in if he'd sold us out to the Death Eater?
Aberforth offered an angry shrug. My brother has never been too concerned with security. God only knows what foolish thing he'll conjure up to say about this.
The other twin shook his head in disgust, but was more concerned with Moody and Diggy. We need to get them to a healer. Gents.
Aberforth nodded. You lot get them mended. I'll stay here with our friends. Especially Mr. Podmore. Foolish bunch can't even name their wands, can they?
Harry just smiled. He hoped his revisions of history this evening would. He hoped Molly Weasley would have her elder brothers for a long time to come.
Harry stuck around the Bones Mansion even after 2 Order members Harry didn't know came to collect the 5 Death Eaters. Aberforth went with them.
Harry wanted to see when it was. Wanted to see.
Oh wow.
Harry wanted to see when or if the Aurors would show up to a burning mansion. He wanted to continue his evaluation. So far, very few Aurors looked like decent people in any respect.
Finally, 15 minutes after the battle concluded, Harry heard more apparition. 4 Aurors, including one strangely familiar female Auror, came into view.
3 false alarms and then this. The ancestral home is a wreck. There's tons of scorching and even a godly pool of blood, and my severed hand.
Harry tuned out the rest. Finally placed the Aurora's voice. Amelia Bones, sister to the Edgar Bones who had owned this mansion. Poor lady.
Bones! Harry was getting ready to apparate back to his flat when he heard something most interesting.
Dodo. Mock down needing to investigate who put in those false alarms. Stalled us by a good 15 or 20 minutes.
Amelia, don't call me Dodo. That clinched it for Harry. It was a name he was ashamed of, but it was terribly embarrassing. It was highly confidential.
The word dodo, Harry knew, was another name for the Deericall. That was the name of an unspeakable working on Slytherin's locket. He had the man's Aurora nickname followed him to the Department of Mysteries in a morphed form. It was the best line Harry had into getting inside information on the Chamber of Unraveling.
With a name like Disraeli Drekel Doge, you object to the nickname Dodo? I see, said Amelia Bones with a high level of amusement in her tone.
Harry decided he would be making friends with this Mr. Doge. Very good friends.
Doge.
Oh, God.
Alright, let's stop it here.
Alright. Yeah, that's all for today. What date are we leaving off on? June 8th, 1978. God. Oh, God damn it. God damn it. I fucked up.